Okay. I have a question for you guys. First things first. What would you do if you found out that your sibling, the person that you shared the same womb with, regardless if it was at the same time, a different time, let's just say I got the same mama. If you find out something like this happened, what is your first thought? I wanted to ask that question because I think this is probably the wildest Stephanie title I've read. And we've seen a lot of stuff. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not, but um I would say let's just read this title. It says sister finds out 18-year-old brother has first time with mom's corpse and did unthinkable with their brain. Hey Slim, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think I'm gonna hold the inevitable anger and cuss out energy for when we speak about this, but I just want to ask to the people who have siblings, and just so you know, I was an only child, but I do have a half brother, but we don't share the same mom. So I'm asking, like, w- what is going through your minds if you find this out? I don't want to get into that mode right now. I want to learn a little bit more about this and gradually get to the inevitable point that I know that it's just gonna, boy, yo, this title is crazy. So we have another about a boom and about a bing. Let's do it. And let's go. What the fuck? The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by the host of this show are for authentic, honest, and entertaining purposes. Unless you don't think I'm entertaining. I repeat, this is my opinion. I am not telling you how or what to think or feel, but I do encourage you to speak your mind and have conversations. Just don't do too much. Also, this video is brought to you by Sebastian's Patreon, where you can access over 1,000 videos of exclusive content. If you want to subscribe and support this amazing community, click the link in the description below, and thank you for everything. Enjoy the video.
Bada bing, bada boo.
They say that eerie feeling never really goes away. It doesn't matter how many times they're called to these places. One person writes, every single time we're called out. We expect every single human we come across in life and every single human that we meet to be alive. And then you see someone and you are told that they're dead. All your brain does is process, oh, this person is no longer moving. And it's weird because logically you know they're dead because why else would you be here? But you also expect them to pop up or start moving after a while or start.
Isn't that like empathy? Like humanitarianism or humaneness? Isn't that like empathy? Like, well, I pray that they alive, even though everybody said that they dead. I pray that they are alive. I maybe that's the wrong word, but I'd see that as empathy.
talking to you, but they don't because they're dead. One person gives some advice on how to deal with it. My first death scene, I went to sleep and I could still see their eyes. I had to take pictures of their eyes. I just had to remind myself it's a job. It needs to be done. You just have to make sure you leave all of the emotions at work. Do not bring it home with you.
Okay, so as somebody who's seen their father die in front of them, that is something hard to grasp. And like, you know how like some people see death on a computer screen and still feel some type of feeling, like seeing it in front of your face. I honestly, and obviously I can be wrong, but I never went to therapy for it. But it's it really fucks with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. It changes the whole trajectory of your life, or I would just say like for me, I don't know other people. I would say like the first time you see it, it's one of those moments. And, God forbid that any of you guys ever see that. But like being like 11 seeing that, I ain't gonna lie, that shit haunts me to this day. I ain't gonna hold you. And I don't know. I would say like shout out to the people who are able to experience this experience and just like block it out to try and help. I say that for people who are like doctors and nurses or paramedics or people, first responders, all those people. Like, shout out to y'all. Y'all experience a lot of stuff, bro. And I respect it. I really respect it. And that probably ties into like my disdain for people who abuse that like responsibility and just do inhumane stuff. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like that thing like September is bad for me. New Year's is bad for me. If y'all don't know, like it happened the 2nd of January, so it's just like I try to block it out, but like shout out to the people who are able to like block it out. And like it just be like, bro, this is my job. And I can't even fathom the people who like experience this on the you know what I'm saying? Like it's not it oh gosh.
That is the job of a crime scene investigator.
Mm,
They have to be there to
mm-mm.
meticulously log every single detail and evidence, just taking pictures from
That's just
every single
crazy.
angle, every feasible possible direction. Sometimes, even though the purpose is taking pictures of the evidence, there is so much thought that goes behind every single picture entered.
I can
In
imagine.
really gruesome cases, taking pictures of the extent of the gruesomeness, of the brutality, is very important. You need a ton of pictures, though, without all the quote unquote gore.
Oh,
Because they say if it's too gory, the defense attorney may successfully object to admitting a good chunk of the evidence pictures for the jury. So you need
what?
some that are probably going to make it to the jury, and then you need some that show the brutality, and then you need some that do a little bit of both.
You know the thing that be frying me about this is like there was this one I believe rock artist, and it was a picture I saw a while ago of their album cover is a picture of their friend in like the most goriest way, and they use it as an album cover. And the fact that that is something that is like I would say pushed out to the public, the fact that when we're in like court and like you would think that you would have to see all this gory stuff. Well, it's the defense, so that would make sense. There's like all inner workings and stuff like that, so that would make more sense as to something as deemed as quote unquote art, and I don't find it as art, or I find it as like the spectrum of where they cross the line. I'm not telling you that the artist. Please don't look this up. Mm-mm,
Hmm.
mm-mm.
How does that even work?
I
I
guess
don't
if
even
it's
know.
just too
But
graphic, they could try to not show the jury.
what's too graphic though? Like honestly, like what is too graphic that you probably haven't seen in a movie? Like I don't. Oh my gosh, I I don't know,
One person writes, it's a very tough job. Everyone that I know that's done the job ends up pensioned off with PTSD. I mean,
man.
constantly documenting the tragedy and the worst of humanity eventually takes its toll. Just seeing the images is quite different from actually being at the crime scene where the trauma and the grief and the violence is not quite so abstract anymore. With
Yeah.
one confirming, since I've been in this field, we've lost on average one person every 18 months due to mental health. And what I mean by lost is not just a regular job turnover. Like they went and got a new job somewhere else that pays better. I mean, these people are totally unable to work at all in
Yes,
any
bro.
field. They're gone and they're medicated.
Bro, for real. Have you did y'all see like there was this thing on like X when I was on like a one of those like accounts because I don't go on my X account anymore. I don't really that's besides the point. There was something I saw that somebody did a microscope on someone's ashes and they saw like energy in it. And people and I would say people in the quotes or in the replies were like, oh, energy never dies. This is something that I would believe. Well, this is something that I learned in high school. And it's like, bro, energy never dies. So it's like, I think in terms of like seeing a actual person that passes away or is like unalived, I that energy attaches to you in a certain type of way that you cannot get rid of. And I don't know how to explain it. I'm not as smart as these doctors, these scientists, this is that and a third, but I feel energy a lot. I don't want to sound crazy, but it's just like there are things that will stick with you for the rest of your life. And it's like, yo, like sometimes if you get into a job like this, if you experience something that attaches to you without you even knowing, get out of there, bro. Get out of there. Because I honestly, for me, I think like one thing that like kind of breaks my heart is someone being desensitized to the morbidness of death and like the way someone transitions to the spiritual world. Like I'm just, it's a lot. I ain't gonna
The
lie.
photos typically come in at least 3 sets.
Oh my
Wide
gosh.
angle shots to show the jury typically the whole crime scene. Then mid-range shots to show a few pieces of evidence and in relation to each other and the whole scene. So if there's a knife next to a chair, you got to figure out how to show the exact distance in a photo without letting the angle get distorted. Then you got the close-up shots of specific pieces of evidence. March 26th in Texas.
Oh, this is in Texas.
Officers arrive, and the first thing that they will later take pictures of is that little green door to the apartment. They take a picture. This is the door to the unit. Unit 1707 swings open, and the 2 officers are standing at the little threshold. The maintenance worker that just handed them the key to this person's unit is standing behind them. He probably can't see what's inside. I don't know if he even wants to see. He's just kind of standing there.
Hey, actually, this is not the best time to say this, but I would like to say if you're in an apartment complex, and it's something that I make sure to do in terms of, I guess, like being nice, like please make friends with your maintenance people. Please make friends with like the cleaning services. Please make friends with the people that literally like are like the backbone to whatever complex you are. And it's not even off of like they can help you in the future. It's like, bro, like give some respect to the people that keep together the complex that you live in, which are probably owned by some people that don't even give less of a fuck of who owned it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's good to say if you see them in the morning, say good morning, say how you doing. If you had kind of get it talk, like figure out like how to talk to them, have a little joint, because like, bro, at the end of the day, like these are literally the people who are the reason why you are not infested with shit doo-doo all throughout your complex. And it's not even the point of like they do this for you, so you need to do this. I think it's common courtesy, gang. Like it takes nothing to say good morning. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta walk by the person that you see cleaning the stairwell, all this other stuff. You could say good morning, bro. I would say for me, I feel bad whenever like, cause I wake up at like 5 or 6. I go to the gym. Like I always see like the people, the services that are doing this, is that, and a third. And I'd like to say good morning because like maybe it could make their day, maybe it could, but I just would like to be polite. It's just like, hey, how you doing? If they're like sweeping the floor, mopping the floor, you dead ass can be like, you know what? I apologize. Well, that's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like polite as hell, but it's just like I don't want to walk through their stuff. This is a tangent. That's just me. It doesn't matter in this context. I'm sorry. But be nice to the people who fucking take care of your ass. You feel me?
First thing the officers see, though, is on the
Oh!
ground, there's a very large stain. It's a trail of blood on the carpet.
What the
trail
fuck?
of blood goes from the living room, the leather couch, all the way into the hallway. Police! They walk in. They take a mental note not to disturb anything because they've got to get pictures of all of this later. But first, they need to know what they're walking into right now. They follow the blood, and it leads them all the way from the living room down the hallway to the right. And there's family photos throughout the entire apartment.
Oh my
They
gosh.
follow this literal blood trail down the hallway into the bedroom on the right. And on the floor there, right when you open the door, is the partially nude body of Kimberly Hill. There's this bloody hammer with a wooden handle laying next to her head, and it's pretty clear that Kimberly is deceased. I mean, this is the murder weapon. The report notes gaping wound on the back of her head. Obvious head trauma. The officer writes, I noticed blood and tissue on the floor. Brain matter was also on the floor next to the female, along with the hammer used. The rest of the 2-bedroom apartment is quote unquote cleared, meaning there's no suspect. Whoever did this to Kimberly Hill is gone. CSI comes in to take photos. A bloody pink hoodie on the living room couch labeled as photo 29 in the evidence file. Inside the bloody pink jacket, a bloody hairband, also pictured in photo 29. A pink cell phone laying on the living room couch labeled as photo 30. Bloodstains on the hallway walls labeled as photo 9. Apparent bloodstains on the hallway restroom sink countertop labeled as photo 10. All of these have to be meticulously logged and documented. But the most intriguing picture that the police want taken are of a few notes left behind.
Notes?
By the killer. The officers are leaning down. Is this for us? Because it seems to directly address the officers. It reads, chase me.
Nigga, fuck you. Huh? Sorry for the mess. Hey, boy. Hey. Nigga said chase me. I'm already mad as shit that that's my last name. You ever talking about some damn chase me? Sorry for the mess, KD. Nigga, who the fuck is you supposed to be? What?
Sorry for the mess, KD. Who the hell is KD?
Who the fuck is KD?
Later,
this ain't Kevin Durant. Who the fuck is KD?
When they finally catch the killer, they ask him,
was I addressed to the police or to...
Is this a...
Who?
I was in a very playful mood at the time.
But that's not the main note. The main note that the police are really alarmed by is left right at the entrance of the apartment. It's actually the first thing that you see when you walk in. The killer left it on top of the blood trail. So whoever comes in is going to read this note immediately. And it reads, don't lose your head. She may yet live. Although I doubt it. Hurry, Desiree.
Nah, Slim. Hey, yo, bro.
Desiree is the 23-year-old daughter of Kimberly Hill, the woman who was murdered in her own apartment.
All right, this is going to be one of them videos. I ain't gonna lie. No, gang. No, 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 no.
So first of all, who would do this to Kimberly? And why are they now targeting her 23-year-old daughter? And is the killer going to get to Desiree before the police can?
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. This is one of those moments where this dude need to go. Cut need to go. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not in a... It might get ignorant today. I'm not gonna lie to you. No, fuck that.
Today's sponsors who have made it possible for Rotten Mango to support the Joyful Heart Foundation. They are working to transform society's response to SADV, CA, and support survivors' healing with resources like education, advocacy, and policy change. This episode's partnerships have also made it possible to support Rotten Mango's growing team, and we'd also like to thank you guys for your continued support. As always, full show notes are available at RottenMangoPodcast.com. Today's case is probably one of the more gruesome cases I've covered in recent. There's mentions of SA, necrophilia, animal abuse. If you are sensitive to these themes, please take care of yourself, and we will see you in the next one. So with that being said, let's get into it.
Bro.
On the very long list of things that married couples maybe want to do on their off day together, this is probably the last thing on a 3-page list of bullet points. If a list exists, at the very bottom, it would read, the unexpected guest.
What?
This is the last thing married couples want to deal with. Timothy and Luanda are having their morning coffee in their hands. The doorbell rings. Luanda can kind of see out the window, and she sees the figure of like a man. Who is it? We don't know.
And he waved to me like this. He said, come closer. And I said, yes. And then that's when my husband come around the corner.
Timothy rests his little hot mug down, and he walks up to the small front door, swings it open. It's 10 a.m. on a Thursday. Like, you better not be soliciting for some insurance right now. How can we help you? Timothy is scanning the stranger up.
No, what the fuck you mean come closer? That's the first words they said. Come closer.
Down. He's quite short. He's scrawny. He looks very slender. He's got peach fuzz mustache, thin wireframe glasses sitting on top of his nose. I know it's not good to stereotype people, but he looks like a coder. He looks like he codes at night and is an engineer that works for Meta.
Man.
He looks mostly harmless, if not cautiously friendly. But that's what you say about off days. You can't really plan for these surprises because 5 minutes after that knock on that door, the three of them are now awkwardly standing there. Luanda, Timothy, and this stranger at their door.
Why the fuck I'm looking at the back of this nigga's head? What? Who the fuck? Who?
Their backs are tense. They're just kind of standing awkwardly. If a drone were to pass over this tiny single family home in Texas, you might think these people are aliens trying to blend in as humans. The three of them standing in front of the front door, not really talking, not really doing anything, just kind of staring.
Huh?
It looks like they're frozen. If the front door is open and the couple have a clock, you would hear it ticking from outside. The coffee's probably cold by this point.
Cause I pray for the day that I don't pray for this day when me and the missus get our crib. Niggas is not finna have this little gallivanting session. What the fuck do you want? Why are you knocking at our door? What the fuck do you want? Ain't no awkward moments, nothing. Tell me what you want or get the fuck going. Like, what do we, huh? Like, what? No, we not standing at the door. We not standing at the door. Ain't no standing at the door. Ain't no reason for that. There's no reason why you even here, telemarketer. Whoever trying to come to this joint, I was about to say something else, but no, we not standing at this door. The fuck? No.
The two, Luanda and Timothy, are taking turns clearing their throat. The husband, Timothy, does try to take some initiative in this situation. He asks a few questions to the stranger, but all the answers are coming back very vague.
What do you?
I mean, perhaps some questions are better left for professionals.
What you mean?
Maybe he should switch directions. Would you like something to drink?
They're not inviting this nigga over here, ain't gonna say hi. I don't know if this is like Southern hospitality. I got a little bit of that. But he ain't say, hello, I'm here for this. Ain't about to ask you for no damn drink. No. Why are you here? What are you talking about? What?
The stranger looks him in the eye, contemplates for a moment, and states, I'm scared of you. You're being too nice to me. I've never had anyone be nice to me like that.
Slim, you in Texas. People in Texas are nice AF. I was in Texas. Those people over there are nice AF. What you talking about? People ain't been them nice. I'm sorry that happened.
And then he just stares at them. Well, okay. I mean, there's not really many articulate things you can say back to that.
Wait, they're standing and that's all is
That's
being
it.
said?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
And the door is still open.
it's very strange. They just watch the stranger then stare off onto the quiet residential road, just waiting to get picked up.
He kept turning his head looking toward the road, not actually eye contact with us.
Luanda steps aside to call the stranger's ride once more because what on earth is taking them so long? The tension, the awkwardness, she can't even take it anymore. And then finally she sees the very first car pull up, then the second, and at 10 a.m. on a Thursday morning, the cars pull up to pick up this stranger, thank God. And even the stranger looks excited to be leaving. He's got both of his arms in the air, and people start running out of the cars, tackling.
Wait, whoa, what the fuck? Hold on, he doing a yippee and people coming over there tackling. Why y'all doing this in front of my house? Why does it have to be my house? Why does it have to be my house where shit happens? Why does it have to be my crib, our crib? Why? You couldn't choose nobody else. You came over here being weird, and now people are hopping out the car. You over here, yippee, and niggas tackling you. Why does it have to happen at our house? The fuck?
Him to the ground. Those people from the cars also look excited,
What
but
you
in a very
mean?
different way from Luanda and Timothy and even the stranger. They pull his arms behind his back. You are under arrest for murder.
Okay, get this nigga the
When the
fuck out of
cars
here.
rush off,
What?
Timothy and Luanda likely just sit on the couch in silence because what the hell just happened? A stranger shows up a random morning to ask to use the phone to call 911 to turn himself in because he just committed murder.
Hey man, if you turn yourself in, they did you a favor. So you didn't come inside and we don't need to be questioned. Because why the fuck, nigga, you wait, because they was obviously following you. So you don't need to turn yourself in. You should have just waited at the stoop or at the bus stop because you knew they was coming for you. Because how did they get to my house? You knew they was coming for you. So why you gotta use my phone when you know they coming for you? And you excited that they pull up? Boy, get the fuck off my stoop, nigga. Fuck is wrong
And
with
then
you?
they likely realize he never did tell us his name or who he was. Did he?
Fuck?
Wait, they heard the phone call?
He told them straight up, "Hi, can I use your phone to call 911?
No,
I
nigga.
just murdered someone." Then they stood there awkwardly. Luanda moved.
That's what they said? You didn't say that, Stephanie. What didn't I see? I see why they. Hey, I see why they just stood there. I probably would have stood there too, but I would be, hey, LaWanda, could we like back away a little bit? Close that door. And she calling 911. I'm not, you know I don't like police. She calling 911. Okay? Get this nigga off my fucking porch. Before I turn him to a terracotta pencil. Put some lead in his ass. Get this nigga off my fucking porch. Get this nigga off of our fucking porch. Because you're scaring my wife. Alright? Get this nigga off my fucking porch.
the side to call 911 again and was like, "Are you guys here yet?"
So they were really, really, really scared.
Yes.
How
Man.
old are they?
They're a middle-aged couple, 50s.
Asked me if I'd call 911. He just murdered somebody. So I told my wife to call 911.
911, location emergency. And she wanted me to call 911 because he said he just murdered someone. Okay, and he's there right now? Yes, ma'am, I'm sure. And he said he murdered someone? Yes.
I made sure and call 911 again because they were taking too long.
Mm-hmm.
All he told them was that he killed someone. Do you remember why he said he killed that person?
What a...
And I said, why did you do it?
Oh! You had a question to this nigga! See, this is what I'm talking about. People in Texas is nice. He asked them, why'd you do it? Why are you having conversations with this random man at 10 a.m. on a Thursday? Talking about why'd you do it? You must have had that shit on you or something. Like, what? I'm not asking no questions.
And he just kept telling me lots of reasons. He wouldn't ever tell me why.
23-year-old Desiree is brought into the interrogation room with the two officers. One of them is very
gosh.
bald, by the way. A lot of people have commented that the center of his head, where he's bald, is very bald to the point where the fluorescent lights do, in fact, kind of sparkle off the top of his head.
Now, why the hell you say that? Niggas be bald and they be shiny. You got a shiny head. Why'd you say that?
But that's neither here nor there.
Thank
I
you.
point that out because he appears to not be a netizen favorite. They sit Desiree down on one of the chairs. Because remember, there's a note left for her.
Well, if it's not a netizen favorite, we have a track record of netizens not liking people that I don't like or we don't like. So fuck that bald nigga preemptively.
She's wearing jeans, a red tank top. She looks like she's getting ready to go on a run or run some errands, but she just got pulled here instead. Initially, when the two investigators sit her down, it's kind of hard to say exactly how they're treating her. It feels like she's being treated as a suspect in this case, just judging by the way that they're talking to her.
What?
She sits down, her boyfriend is standing out of frame of the camera, and the officers break the news that her mother, Kimberly Hill, has been murdered. And Desiree slams her hand on the table and she's screaming, "Fuck." She gets up and she's hyperventilating, trying to calm herself down so she can sit back down and talk to the investigators.
What the fuck you mean? Why are you crying? I feel good about my preemptive. Fuck this bald piece of shit. What you mean? Why am I crying? You just told me that my mom is dead. But they treating her as a suspect? You saying, why are you crying? Calm down.
You went to Houston?
Why are they treating her like a suspect?
Would you like some water?
I will say it's interesting because you read a lot about people's responses to shock and grief. And a lot of the times you can feel the shock and grief in their responses, but it still feels a little bit further away. Her reaction feels incredibly relatable for some reason. I don't know if it's her age. I don't know what it is, but it's the way that she's kind of trying to pace and hold it together. And then she's sitting down and then she's standing up. She slams her fists on the table. She's clearly very distraught. But oddly, the investigators seem to have very little sympathy.
Yeah, like, bro.
Desiree's gasping nonstop. It's like her body can't decide if she wants to collapse or keep sobbing. It doesn't make sense. In between breaths that she sounds like she's choking on, she's apologizing to the officers.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. All right. It's all right. You're not doing nothing that's unexpected.
She's sitting back down. She's screaming, no, no, no. And then it's all over the place. Her boyfriend is in the room trying to comfort her, but she's inconsolable. It takes a few good minutes for Desiree to be able to sit down, and clearly she's doing everything in her power to respond to these questions because every answer could be very helpful right now. The officers wait for her to be semi-calm, and then they break the news to her.
We're gonna tell you this. We haven't told anybody else, but he wrote some notes before he did what he did. And we're worried about you because you were on the list.
What list?
He was planning on killing your mom and killing you, and then leaving town.
Desiree takes a second to absorb what she's just been told.
Huh?
She was on the killer's hit list. She rests her head in her hands and she just says, but again, if that note was left for Desiree, if the plan was to kill Desiree next, why didn't the killer come for her? Why is she still alive? There's a lot of things hospice workers say that send a chill down your spine as you're working with these patients, and some of it isn't even the normal day-to-day working conditions. And of course, some of the older patients seeing things, people suffering from dementia, and they're talking to people that don't exist in the corner. Yeah, that's creepy sometimes, right?
Hey,
but
man.
other times, there are things that hospice workers just feel in their gut. Something doesn't make sense. Something isn't right. One person writes online, one time an elderly woman died, so they did the usual procedure. You know, they have the doctor declare it, notify the family, start to prepare the body for the night since the morgue couldn't get her straight away.
Okay.
We put a cotton ball in her nose and her mouth to stop any leakage. And just before her family comes, one of the staff members walks into her room and the woman is sitting up and moving, very much alive. The staff member freaks out, obviously. We help this woman and then passes the news on to the family. And a few hours later, she died again. For
What?
real this time. But
What?
we refused to start the process again for a while, just in case. I don't know. It was just weird. Certain things just make you feel like something's not right here. You just have a bad feeling about it. Celeste and Kathleen, they got a bad feeling about this. They show up to the apartment complex. It feels like they got a giant 10-pound watermelon in their stomach. Celeste runs a hospice center
What is this description? What?
in Texas, and Kathleen is an employee, but they're not even here for a patient. They're here for the coworker, Kimberly Hill. She's supposed to show up for a meeting to discuss a few of the patients. She's a no-show, which doesn't make any sense. If anybody is on time, it's Kimberly Hill. She served in the Marines for a decade.
Oh.
Like, this woman
Oh,
shows up
damn.
on time. She does not
Okay.
miss a beat. If she's going to, she's going to let you know.
Oh, my.
Celeste and Kathleen decide, why sit at work all day stressing out when we just drive over, maybe for the one time in her lifetime she slept in. They drive closer into the apartment building, closer into the parking lot, and they see a swarm of cop cars just parked out front with the lights on,
That's
which is alarming, but who's to say that every flashing light on a cop car is even meant for them? Like, what if this has nothing to do with them and they're just thinking too deep? They drive closer and closer in silence into the lot, and by the time that they park the car, they know because they can visually see all the officers going up and down, in and out of one unit, Unit 1707. Celeste and Kathleen are trying to talk to the police, but they're all, man, back up. You cannot go into the unit right now. Can you just tell us what's happening? When is the last time you spoke with Kimberly Hill? Yesterday. We talked to her yesterday. She was happy. She was having a good day. What is happening? The autopsy for Kimberly Hill is multiple pages long, mainly focusing on the extensive blunt force trauma to the head. The external examination report reads, the scalp is covered by abundant brown hair. The eyes are gray. The nose and lips are unremarkable aside from changes described below. The oral cavity has native teeth in fair state. Upper back has a tattoo of a pair of eyes. She died 2 days before her 51st birthday. In addition, the brain has multiple lacerations, predominantly at the right side. The brain has scattered hemorrhaging. The anterior base of the skull at the left and right sides have fractures. The left subdural area has a 1/4 inch to a 4-inch moist subdural hematoma.
What the fuck does that even... Yo, I don't even know what that... I know what hematoma means. Okay, so
In addition, identified within the hair of the scalp are bone fragments and approximately 100 grams of pulpified brain matter. To break that down, the injuries to the brain are so severe that there are actual tears in the brain tissue. So there's physical tearing of the brain matter. You know how skin can be torn?
Yeah.
The inside of the brain is torn, which you're only going to get that from severe blunt force trauma to the head. Penetrating injuries where objects will break through the skull and tear the brain, or when the skull bone fragments pierce into the brain tissue.
What the fuck?
There's breaking of the bones at the bottom part of the skull. There's a brain bleed with pooling of blood. But one of the most alarming details in the entire autopsy is obviously the pulpified brain tissue. Brain tissue, in that sense, has become blended, and brain tissue is now being expelled from the skull. The brain tissue is outside the skull. It is in the person's hair. About 100 grams has left the skull. That's a deck of playing cards. That's a chocolate bar. That's a Dove soap. That's how much brain has been expelled from the skull and has pulpified.
Hey, bro, what the fuck?
The detective working this case is trying to get some clear answers about the injuries to the victim's head, likely clarifying things from the case files. Is this in the front or the back of the head, the injuries? Top back, mainly? Actually, the entrance wound is around here, yonder, here somewhere. The man explaining it to the detective is calmly, very professionally, almost gesturing to the back of his head to show the detective where the majority of the wounds are. Oh. Okay.
What do you mean, okay?
Okay, that makes sense. The two detectives are taking a moment to soak in this information. Then the detective turns to the man at the police station and asks, then, so, when you dragged her to the bedroom, you kept hitting her there? Yeah. The detective is not talking to the medical examiner. He's talking to the killer. The interrogation room is tiny. It barely fits a desk and 3 chairs. There's 2 investigators and the killer, the suspect. He's wearing black short-sleeve t-shirt, wireframe glasses, resting his chin in his hand.
You ever felt like so much rage in your life that you know what? Never mind.
The suspect's shoulders are even more relaxed than the investigator sitting across him. This looks more like a conference room that you book out in your local college for group projects. That's the energy of the way this guy is sitting. The detective looks at him.
Think you want to kill us? Oh, no. Rather, men aren't my thing, actually.
Women.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a girlfriend?
I don't. I've never had a girl.
Oh, no.
Anyway, give me your...
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Go fucking figure. Vegeta hairline looking fuck. Why did they just beat this nigga's ass? Why do they let the most heinous motherfuckers just sit there? Y'all can't beat his ass in the fucking interrogation room. Y'all beat niggas' asses all the time. Police beat niggas' asses all the time. You can't fuck this nigga up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, men aren't really my thing. Huh? Excuse me? Who the fuck says that? I ain't gonna lie. Okay. bro, I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to calm down. I ain't gonna hold you.
Fancy of killing a woman. What would your fancy killing would be? Your ace killing. What would that be? This is a little peculiar. I'm on camera. Okay.
Oh, you're on camera. Y'all know that this nigga killed his mother. I remember I said this in another Rotten Mango. I think it was on my main channel. I remember that I retold the story of where I think it was Brad Pitt and somebody else found the H man in like a theater, and they caught him and shot him and just kept shooting him and just kept shooting him and just kept shooting him and it just kept shooting him. There was a scene where I saw they just kept shooting him in the face. They just kept shooting him in the face. They just kept shooting him in the. This nigga said, men aren't really my thing.
He looks up, stares into the abyss for a second. His chin is resting in his hand like he's thinking about a good steakhouse that he ate a few weeks back.
Maybe dressing up in a nice suit, sneaking into her house, disabling her boyfriend. You know, yeah, I'd bring a pretty dress with me to dress her up in. I was always into strangling, but after
You know, like there's like a thing. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like I want to like get into my like Second Amendment, like right. And I went to a I ain't gonna hold you. I went into, and this is probably one of the reasons why I should not be in law enforcement, and I would never be in law enforcement. But I'm just like sometimes imagining that I get this type of person in the interrogation room. Like I know how like the barrel I know how like the barrel of like a certain type of gun is, and like I know what it's like to, well, not know what it's like to pistol whip somebody. I've seen somebody that have gotten pistol whipped before, and like I know there's like a different type of barrel between like a G19X or a G17, and like just like seeing it crossing somebody's face of somebody like him, and just seeing like all the teeth just come out of their mouth while you do it. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think I'm having good thoughts right now. Like at this point, I'm just like on the type of time, and like I'm like Warshock in Watchmen going rogue. Bro, you can't, cuz you can't say this to me. I ain't yo, I'm it's just something that just jump out of me, bro. I think I need like a shot or something to like calm me down. Like have you ever felt rage so much that you can't control yourself? But you're trying so hard. This is where the rage goes. Like he's detailing what his killing would be. I don't I maybe y'all don't I'm I should stop talking. I'm sorry. I can't.
after that last blunder, I guess maybe something big and sharp would be more along my thing. That I
And also, I'm gonna just say I'm not nobody that's dangerous. I don't have a dangerous face. I ain't no gangster. I'm pussy. But sometimes in my mind, I be feeling like this, and I'm just expressing what my thoughts are at this specific type of moment. Just want to let y'all know I am not a dangerous person. I'm very docile. You can ask a lot of people. I'm not docile. I'm polite. Just please don't fuck with me. That's all I ask. I'm a nice guy. I'm a good guy, but stuff like this just like really just like unlocks that type of energy that probably some people who like to say vile shit on the internet unlocks, but my energy is towards people who say shit like this in front of interrogators, as if like this is like somebody asking him, "Oh, what's your nightly routine with your acne?" Like, bro, what the fuck?
I don't know, probably decapitate her, as I prefer my women dead. I'd dress her up, I'd stitch her up, kind of try to work the head back on, perhaps. And then I'd go to town, and it would be a night to remember. And then I'd kind of just burn everything and run for the hills.
First of all, why did the police ask that question?
I think everything about this confessional with this suspect so far indicates a serial killer in the making. So maybe that's why they asked. I will say the interrogators for this case are not widely liked.
Y'all know, in these interrogators are throwing me a little bit to even let this nigga get this bullshit off. But I'm just having like visions right now. Like, y'all know in Alice in Borderland where Agony was watching the fire in the beach, and he was just staring at the fire. I'm probably just talking shit. Y'all don't believe a word I'm saying. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just imagination. I ain't gonna lie. It's just imagination. I don't even know if my heart can do that because I'm probably not that type of person. But I'm just getting off what I'm thinking in my brain of what's deserved. And I sound crazy. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna stop talking. Hey man,
I think a lot of people think good thing the killer confessed because they were not going to solve this case. A few things that are psychologically intriguing aspects to his perfect crime. The first being that his perfect fantasy involves being nicely dressed in a suit. And he would bring a dress for his victim. Psychologists say the fact that his fantasy includes him dressing up in formal attire, specifically a suit, which in men usually serves as a symbol of status, professionalism, it carries some level of power.
It depends what type of suit it is, though. This type of nigga would probably get like one of them suits out the ghetto mall, say like Iverson Mall. He get it out the joint where you get the same prom shoes out. He get a suit that don't fit right, or like some pants that don't fit right, and like the loafers with the little buckle at the top. In terms of men, a good suit is like some Tom Ford shit. This nigga would get a suit that costs upwards of $50. I know them same type of suits, and they get a shirt, a George shirt out of Macy's with the tie attached. This nigga ain't gonna get no good ass suit. And this nigga dumb as shit, cause he think just because you wear a suit that means you're just of this type of stuff. No. This nigga gonna get some bullshit ass suit, probably looking like Carmelo Anthony in the 2003 draft. Not tailored, nothing. This nigga don't know shit about shit. He needs to go. And I'm not even talking about that off the suit. I'm a man, and I was a fashion student, by the way. So I know what type of suits it represents. This nigga needs to go. He needs to go. I know he's not thinking about no type of suit. Like, say, like, how, like, some men be thinking, American Psycho is some type of, like, fire-ass movie that some people need to emulate. Or them type of niggas that think, oh, I watch Fight Club, so I'm just like this misogynistic person that's a red pill. And I just... No, gang, no. You are a loser. With a capital L, cuz. Fuck no. The fuck out of here.
Then the fantasy of dressing up the female victim is additionally telling.
Shit's
they say
sick.
the victim is treated as an object to be manipulated.
Shit's
Changing
sick.
a victim's clothing is actually a form of asserting control over their body and their identity.
Wait, for real?
The fact that he is dressed in a suit, the fact that he wants to dress the victim, that suggests almost a ceremonial aspect to the fantasy as well. And interestingly, in the fantasy, he mentions he's going to target a house with a couple rather than a woman that lives alone. And the first thing he's going to do is disable the boyfriend, which means the offender may desire to demonstrate dominance over other men, potentially enhancing feelings of power.
So he's not talking about Desiree.
No, he's not talking about Kimberly. He's not talking about Desiree. This is his perfect murder. The perfect, like he would get the most satisfaction out of. The ultimate fantasy for him.
I pray for the love of everything that is holy that nobody knock on wood, knock on wood, knock on wood. Boy, cause I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't say it. Words have power. Words have power, bro. No, gang. No, bro. No. 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 I hate niggas like this, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I hate niggas like this, bro. I hate niggas that just think like, oh, we primal now. Oh, we primal. Oh, I'm just gonna disable the boyfriend and just like take the woman out.
There's actually quite a bit the investigators have to go off of on this case. The killer even left a few notes for them, the two from the beginning of this case, one taunting the police, the other taunting Desiree, but a third is about the killer himself. He writes at the very top, life resignation notice, underlined. I had a change of heart. I said I was going to do it, and so now I'm going to stick by my word. I am a man after all, albeit a hilarious one.
Nigga, you not funny.
Too much damn work, so many obligations. Seriously, f- people. But most of all, f- me. By the way, I've always fantasized about murdering and R-wording you two. It's kind of funny how you never really know someone, not even your own son or brother. Sorry for the bathroom mess, Mother. Good luck recovering from the shock, you two. Sincerely, or not, Kevin Jazrael Davis. Kevin Jazrael Davis is Kimberly Hill's biological son and Desiree's half-brother.
And who is this letter addressed to? He's talking to the mom and the sister, right?
Yes.
But he just killed the mom.
Yes.
Or was this like meant for her to see before her?
Yes. He thought about self-exiting. He wrote this letter, and then he changed his mind and killed his mom instead. The bottom of the letter, there's a little notation.
You know, I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been having a lot of fucked up dreams about like stuff. But like one of the dreams that I remember is like, remember when I just said like in one of those joints where I saw Inglorious Bastards, it's like cuz like yo, I can't say it, bro. I can't say it. Cause nah, gang. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. No.
P.S. I killed that stupid gray cat because I was bored one day. Sorry. Now, 10th grader, 18-year-old Kevin Davis is sitting in that interrogation room.
This nigga 18 years old in the 10th grade.
Less than 10 minutes after reading Kevin his rights, Kevin is calm. One hand is resting on the armrest, the other is casually placed under his chin. Sometimes he...
This has to be somebody who's never been punched in their fucking face before. Like, and that's on the low end. Cut, bro, this nigga... This nigga killed his mom for what? For fucking what? This nigga killed his fucking mom. Hey, Slim, go to fuck head, bro. You not.
itches his chin. Sometimes he gestures to talk. It doesn't appear like he's nervous. He's just chatting, answering all the questions. Is she your natural biological mother? Yeah, actually, she is my natural mother. But I take after my father. He later goes on to explain, but he's not really in the picture. He's an idiot.
He's an idiot.
He looks at both the interrogators.
I'd always loved my mother, I guess in the wrong sort of way, but a kind of love, I guess. Maybe some rage. Maybe just a little.
What rage, nigga? Yo, sometimes me and my mom and grandma got some beef sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That's just life, bro. Like, okay, I'm not reasoning with this fucker. Fuck my story, nigga. Fuck this nigga. Why ain't they shooting this? Hey, bro. I'm not. You know what?
He mentions to the two detectives in the room very casually.
Oh yeah, I lost my virginity to a corpse.
What did he just say? He says the whole night starts because he asked his mom for permission. Permission for what?
Stephanie, how are you even able to tell the story without feeling like, ugh? You know what I'm saying? I ain't feeling this shit about no ghost story, bro. I ain't feel. Hey, man.
To die.
Very beginning, I asked my mother for permission to die.
I asked my mother for permission to die. Who the fuck is you feeling like, Slum? Who the fuck is you feeling like? You asked your mom permission to die? Who the fuck is you feeling like? I don't know no villain that would even say this in any type of medium to anything. Where the fuck did you get this shit from? Where the fuck did you get this shit from? Actually, I don't give a damn where you get this shit from. You need to go without permission. Without. Hell no. Hell no, cuz. Hell no. You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. Is firing squad something in America? Is that like a thing? Huh? Is that like a thing? Or am I sounding too crazy? Am I sounding too crazy? I don't know. I may be sounding too crazy. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know how. Honestly, how.
Rather kind of commit to sort of beating around the bush sort of thing.
The beating around the bush.
Well, that doesn't really matter why I wanted to kill myself.
Sure it does.
I'm bored with life.
I just want to like stick a Sam turd on top of this bald nigga's head and just aim it at this nigga like they aimed that Pick aimed that fucking rifle at Aaron in Attack on Titan. It's like a perfect spot that goes like, shoop, like it's able to like withstand the suction cup. It's right at his ass, and you don't even have to go at the nape. You could go at the front of his fucking head. This nigga got all this forehead real estate. You could go at his fucking head.
I like life. I don't like people.
Then go get out. Cuz talking about something. I don't like life. I don't like people, but I'm gonna kill my mom. Like, hey Slim, then go do the deed on yourself. Why you taking out these people, making these people try to do a scavenger hunt for your ass? If this, hey Slim, I ain't gonna lie, if he ain't dead, you better have taken yourself out. You better have taken yourself out. You better not be alive. And I'm saying this as my dramatic ass, you better not be alive, boy. You better take yourself out in jail when your ass is in jail. Boy, no. You tell I don't like people. I don't like life. I don't like myself. Get the fuck out. Because you did this shit to your mama and threatened your sister. And then apparently you did all this little necromancy shit to your mom. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Excuse me. Fuck is we talking about?
I don't like living, basically.
Then ask for a butter knife and cut your wrist right now. If that's what you want, do this shit in front of these cops right now. Actually, you know what? Pull out a gun right in front of these cops and do suicide by cop. Go ahead. You don't like living like that? You don't like people? You don't like this? But you did this to your mama? Do it. Do it! Fuck is you talking about?
Really anything depressing about it. It is what it is. And so she said, basically, I'm a grown man, and what I do, I can't really stop me. She was distraught over it, of course. I mean, of course.
Of course.
She could cope with it. I mean, and that's kind of why she wanted me to go away, why she called my sister to come pick me up, and that's kind of why I just left. Not necessarily. I just knew it was time to act now or never. I mulled it over, and then on a whim, actually, I turned it over.
I mulled it over, and actually on a whim, I turned it over. Bro, you ain't finna be poetic. Niggas not fucking with your poems. You ain't Socrates, nigga. If you want to... Do I sound mean? Maybe a tiny bit of human empathy is like seeping through me, but fuck this nigga, bro.
Wrote a plan to kill both my mother and my sister.
Oh, cause somehow, I don't like life. I don't like myself. I want to go away. Oh, you know what? A switch in my brain. You know what? I'm gonna kill my mother and my sister. I don't know how this makes sense. This doesn't make no fucking sense.
Quite frankly, that's always been a thing of mine.
Mm-hmm. I'm a bit of a pervert.
A pervert.
Yeah. Is it like a fantasy thing?
It is, actually.
What the fuck is you watching? Like, how do you no, gang? How do you come up with any type of whatever, bro? Like, how do you...
That didn't happen. The best laid plans never work out, apparently, or at least the one scribbled on a piece of paper.
So how did he do it? Kevin starts calmly telling his version of events. Kimberly Hill, his mom, is sitting on the couch watching TV. Kevin approaches her from behind. He says, I tried to strangle her with a cord ripped from my video game console controller.
That didn't work out too well. She started screaming, and so...
Yeah, no shit.
I went to her room, opened a drawer at the very bottom to the right. I pulled out a hammer. I went back in the living room, and, well, you kind of get the gist from there. And, she was out pretty quickly, kind of tried to play dead.
If I'm able to put the scene from... Actually, I can't put the scene from Inglourious Bastards. Yo, I ain't... Nah, bro. I said, turn this nigga into a terracotta pencil. A terracotta #2 pencil. Not no damn mechanical. A terracotta pencil. Put some original lead in this motherfucker's head. Original. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I was about to show y'all the scar I got when I actually stabbed myself from a terracotta pencil. It's right here. Y'all can't see it. Actually, you can. It's this dot right here that I got when I was around 9 years old, 8 years old. When I accidentally stabbed myself with a pencil that my grandma got me from the college she was working at. I remember that pain. But imagine that in the same type of bullet that's like the same size as a, what's that bullet called? I don't know the bullet name. I don't know. But I'm feeling a lot of energy right now, and it's not looking good. This nigga gotta die. Yo.
First, then I finished it.
This nigga gotta die.
How many times did you hit her with the hammer in the living room?
At least 20, but then she was still alive. I dragged her into the room, as you probably clearly saw.
As you probably
He
clearly
uses
saw.
his hands to narrate. He sounds like an older Southern lady that's a little bit disgruntled at an establishment because they forgot to give her ice water. A little bit of disdain, but it's not vicious, just very casual. This is probably the second least entertaining part of his day.
And then what did you do after that?
Then I had sex with her corpse.
Did you cut her?
I did, actually.
Has you
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I might take a shot after this. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is the craziest fucking. I'll be back. I'll be back. No. Mm-mm. I can't handle this with a sober mind. No. I might come back without that. I just need to go to the bathroom. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm just talking. I'm just dramatic as fuck. This nigga need to die. You know what? I just peeled an orange. It's not the best idea to take a shot, so I'll be eating this orange. I'm not really in a good mood right now. But if I could, let's keep going.
ever done that before? Like that?
No, I haven't, actually.
This is just the first time?
Oh, yeah, I lost my virginity to a corpse.
Okay.
He continues to tell investigators that after killing and committing acts of necrophilia against his mom, he took a bath.
I took a bath before then. Well, that's a little personal, but yeah, I needed to clean it off, and so,
Yeah, it's a little personal. It's a little personal.
And then I changed, yeah.
Okay.
How did you come up with the idea of killing her and assaulting her corpse? How did I come up with it?
That's what he fucking said.
It's been a developing idea. He just shrugs and looks off to the side like, what kind of question is that? Like, how did you come up with the idea of breathing? I don't know how to answer that. That's the attitude. Kevin says he's always been fascinated by death.
Well, despite how I ended her life, I'm kind of more fascinated by the more artistic ways of murder.
That's different than the ways of death. That's completely different. What the fuck?
Meticulous manner, the way they cut them open, just slice them to pieces. I mean, such care, such love. And
if you ever see a cow standing off to the side of the road, staring intensely at you for prolonged periods of time, just not moving, frozen, it feels like they're trying to remember you from a past life. Oh. The cow is staring into the depths of your soul. It's not a weird cow. It might just be mad cow disease.
Oh.
It's a neurological disease, and if you walk closer, you might even hear the cow grinding their teeth. Ooh. Mad cow disease has a 100% mortality rate. It's terrifying. There's about 233 people that contracted a variant of mad cow disease.
I've never heard anything being 100% of anything. What the fuck?
From eating infected cows.
Oh my goodness.
And there is a similar one that only affects humans, and it doesn't start with cows. It's called Kuru. Oh! Mad cow disease and Kuru are both prion diseases. Prion is a misfolded protein, and it just acts like a molecular zombie, and they get other proteins to get misfolded, and then they clump together, and then those clumps of misfolded proteins create microscopic holes in the brain, and it quite literally turns the brain.
Wait, ain't that shit that dude got? Ain't that shit that dude got? What was it called? The shit that the Nick. Oh!
Into a sponge, like a Swiss cheese sponge.
Oh.
And it can happen so slow. Sometimes symptoms can take 50 years to show. And when you feel it, there is no stopping it. The fatality rate is 100%.
Oh, fuck?
Kuru is the so-called human version of mad cow disease.
What?
And at first you think, what is wrong with this person? Are they just having a good time? Because they have these pathological bursts of laughter. And it's so confusing because you're like, why are you laughing? Nothing is funny. I'm so confused. But then you maybe go with it because like maybe they're thinking about something funny, but they're not. Some people call Kuru the laughing sickness. And then the shakes start, the unsteadiness, the entire body is like vibrating while you walk. Additionally, the toes remain forever curled. The feet feel too painful to take too many steps. The term Kuru means to shake or tremble. Oh. And as your body is shaking, there are holes being made inside of your brain.
What the
and
fuck?
Death is not quick. Sometimes it takes 3, sometimes it takes 23 months.
How does a person
contract Kuru?
Yeah.
Cannibalism.
Let's say you eat a human brain.
I didn't even know that this shit was a thing until this stuff happened. The fuck?
Kevin is staring at the officers in the interrogation room, and something is not adding up. The officers need to figure out, is this murder or is this capital murder? So in the state of Texas, if he kills his
It's all the murders. It's all the murders. It's all of the murders. I
mother
don't give a
and
damn.
then commits acts of necrophilia, it's regular murder. If he R-words his mother and then kills her, it's capital murder, because capital murder needs aggravating circumstances.
Excuse me. I don't live in Texas, but what the differentiation? I'm sorry, Stephanie. Say that again.
It's regular. Need to figure out, is this murder or is this capital murder? So in the state of Texas, if he kills his mother and then commits acts of necrophilia, it's regular murder. If he R-words his mother and then kills her, it's capital murder, because capital murder needs aggravating circumstances.
Is this one of the joints where it'd be like you can't have a donkey in the bathtub type laws or something? I'm sorry, I cannot differentiate the difference. Like, if somebody wanted to R-word somebody before they die, before they kill them, and then they R-word them after they kill them, I would think you would. I wouldn't even differentiate the both. The fuck? What is this, like capital murder versus lowercase murder? Like, what is it? No, bro. Why is it so many differentiations with shit? Send this nigga up the river, damn it.
So it's actually kind of sick and twisted, because you would think that both are capital murder.
That's what I thought.
But it's not. So they're
Why?
trying to ask these clarifying questions. So she's dead by the time that he drags her into the bedroom to assault her corpse. Is that the story? Kevin is explaining that he attempted to strangle her, then got the hammer, and then dragged her to the bedroom and then assaulted her. He says that his mom tried to act dead, but he knew that she was still alive because she was making noises. Quote, she was still snoring like a baby. Which, side note, some context, I feel like unfortunately this comes up every now and then in these cases. When people suffer from severe blunt force trauma, they may sound like they're snoring at times. It's a very specific type of breathing that almost indicates that they're actively in the dying process. If it sounds like someone is snoring after blunt force trauma to the head, death is likely imminent without immediate intervention. The condition generally takes 2 breaths to several hours to progress into just ultimately no more breathing. So that's why this will happen a lot more with children. When parents kill their own children,
Oh my
they'll
gosh.
think that the child is sleeping because of the snoring noises, and then they'll die.
What the
It's not
fuck?
snoring. Kevin says he decides at that point to take a knife, a steak knife from the kitchen, and stir her brains with it.
Okay, quick question. Didn't they indict or convict Tay-K of capital murder? With all the things that Tay-K did, you know, the rapper Tay-K, how the fuck is this shit not capital murder? But if this nigga, hey man, does Texas got a death penalty? And I'm not really trying to compare as if like Tay-K did anything less, but it's like, bro, cuz heard snoring and then continued to, like, I don't give a damn about a capital murder or a lowercase murder. Get this nigga under the jail.
That is the words he used.
The fuck?
Oh, that knife. Actually, I used that to stir her brains up a little, but then that didn't really work out, so I just kind of decided to delve on it, and then I kind of warmed my hands into her brains to kind of just cut it. She was still snoring.
Okay, so she was still alive?
She was still alive.
And you went in there and you kind of grabbed those brains?
Yeah, finished it.
See me and tell me this nigga pulled her brain matter out.
Like he stick the knife through the,
Wound in her skull to stir her brains.
Hey,
and
bro.
that's why the part.
Yes, is pulverized,
Hey, bro.
pulpified, yeah.
Hey,
And
bro.
then, so when you dragged her to the living room, to the bedroom, you kept on hitting her there?
Yeah, I kind of went.
That's where that's when you reached in and grabbed the brain?
Yeah, I kicked at it a bit. Then I just, that was kind of silly, but then yeah, I just decided to reach in and kind of just do it.
Later, a psychiatrist from Kevin's prison will testify to the jury that, quote, He used the hammer to kill his mother, and of course the skull split open. He wanted to make certain that she was dead. He stuck his hand in the skull and mixed up the brains, and then I think he told me he got a knife and mixed them up as well. Then he said it felt like pudding, like putty, the texture, the consistency of the brain tissue. He said that he also tasted the brain. Near the end of the interrogation, the officers asked Kevin, after the murder, after the necrophilia, quote, "So you were covered in blood?" "Oh yeah, I was covered in blood. My glasses, everything was a mess." Do you feel bad for what you've done to your mother?
In a way, yes, but I wouldn't take back what I did. It's strange, really. I did love her. In a way.
Can she be mean to me?
Oh, no, she's been the best mother.
Okay, so there's nothing that she did?
Oh, absolutely nothing, no.
If I was to ask you, what did she do to deserve this, what would you answer?
Absolutely nothing. I'm a cruel, disgusting person. Yeah.
The only reason that he didn't go after his sister, like his original plan, is because, well...
I decided against it because, well, I'd had my fill of killing, and I didn't... seemed a little much.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a way we could put like a little tiny? I know people like. Excuse me. Is there like a way we could put like an explosive that can like fit into his mouth to where if he swallows it or adds like a little bit of pressure, it just blows up his neck or something? Like, is there like a way that's able to give him the type of death of a Titan or something? Like, is there like a way to like get this nigga the fuck out of here? Because what he's talking about this as if like this shit is normal. Is there like a way to do this? I don't think I know like the United States likes to be humane in their stuff. This nigga's not humane. Okay? He's an animal. Worse than an animal. Okay? Is he still alive?
A little too excessive, yeah.
But he did leave that taunting note to her, which they ask him about. And he starts touching his ear a little bit, like he's talking about a distant family member that's got some problems. You know, my sister, she's a good girl, rather sensitive. I knew she would lose her head if she kind of saw that.
Fool, what the fuck being men that they get this like insane ass like fantasy? What is it? Like, what is it? What is it that it just unlocks this type of evil? Like, what is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? I don't want to know, but I want to know. What is it?
But then you wrote that note. You knew your mom was already dead.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I knew it. Were you just messing with Desiree that she might still be alive?
And my sick sense of humor,
Okay.
I was pretty well off my rocker by then.
Do you consider yourself mentally disturbed or crazy? Do you consider yourself any of those things, or you think you're just okay? Like you just...
Yeah, I bet he's going to say, no, I don't. No, I don't.
just have some bad thoughts.
I'm not mentally disturbed.
You are lying or winking, your ass stink. You need to be set on fire at the stake like some picanha, nigga.
Disturbed. I mean, I'm sane. I know exactly what I did. I know that it's wrong in the traditional sense of wrong. Now I feel vaguely, kind of like I'm done.
But the whole kill is like you wanted to end it yourself, and you proceeded to think of a plan to kill your mom and your sister. You killed your mom and then had sex with her corpse, and then you thought to not kill your sister. He got so much real estate right here that it's like even the American Sniper from the movie couldn't miss this.
So you still feel like you're done with your mom? You still feel like you want to keep on killing to keep on the other fantasies, or how do you feel? Kevin takes a moment. He sighs.
I came here to pay for my crime, so I guess I should continue with the truth. Truthfully.
Yes, definitely.
I would kill again.
Wow.
If this is how bad 18-year-old Kevin is, If this is how unstoppably evil, how did somebody not notice? Or did they and nobody said anything? I mean, police are trying to figure that out. All Kim told her close friends was, yeah, sometimes she has problems with Kevin because he doesn't really like going to school and he just wants to play video games. And he does kind of seem like a loner with no friends.
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Don't even try to put this on people that play video games. This nigga was a freaky fuck, and he was on some type of shit that video games did not extrapolate out of his body. I played video games when I was a kid. I played video games since I was from like 9 to 22. Niggas ain't never have that, no type of nothing in terms of that. He's disturbed. He needs to go. He enacted on whatever type of thoughts he needs to fucking go. He needs to go. Ain't no video game gonna do this, that, a third. No good. He needs to fucking go. I don't give a damn. I don't care. He needs to go.
But that's it. The detectives ask around, they all say the same thing. Some of them even say, I thought he was a good kid. In the interrogation room, they ask Kevin, how do you...
You know, what's some shit that he did good? You thought he was a good kid? What's some shit that he did good that will contrast from what's going on as if like it's going to even excuse the shit that he... And I don't give a fuck about that good kid shit. Good kid, mad motherfucker. This nigga is mad. Just like the mad cow disease. Put this nigga down!
What do you do in school?
Pretty mediocre. I never really could muster, but didn't even really care. I mean, I guess I excelled in English for all that was worth.
Okay. How about sports?
No, I don't like sports.
Desiree says while Kevin has never been violent or abusive to anybody, he just seemed like he had some social issues. She says he was kind of born different. He had severe ADHD. He doesn't really have any friends. His dad is no good, but he was never physically abusive or anything like that. He would pop off at the mouth and tell my mom crazy stuff like, "Fuck you, you fat bitch," like stuff like that. And she would just let it eat her alive.
He said that to his mother? Oh my fucking goodness. I ain't gonna... Yo. You can't say that to your mom, cuz. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. My mama slapped me across the mouth when I repeated when Tracy... I don't know if Tracy Ellis Ross said that in Girlfriends. When she said bitch for the first time, I remember it to this day. When I was 4 years old and I was watching Girlfriends and they said bitch on TV. I asked my mom, hey, Mom, what is bitch? She slapped me across my mouth. It wasn't hard. It was just like a little, like, don't say that ever again. And to this day, I don't say nothing along the lines of even to what the hell to my parents. Or damn. Shit. Man, what the hell? Sorry, Mom, if you hear this.
Desiree was on the phone with her mom the night of the murder. She says, my mom told me that they got into a fight and Kevin was just being disrespectful and just saying some really hurtful things. She told me she would call me when she felt stronger.
Oh my god.
Do you know what the fight was about?
It was something as simple as like this commercial came on for like
eHarmony
or some dating site or something, and he just out of the blue said, "Yeah, Mom, you gave up on love." And she said, "No, Kevin, I didn't give up on love, but even if I wanted to find love and I couldn't and have anybody over because you're here." And I mean, that's my mom. Really, she loves this kid. You know, she was just. It's not like they had a horrible like relationship. He really. I can't think right now.
She just bought him $100 jacket and she knew he would just throw it on the floor just because she thought he liked it. She cares about him. My mom told me last night that he screamed. I wanted to say this for such a long time, but I don't give a fuck about you or my sister if you guys died.
Hey, Slim. Ooh, I knock on wood that my son will never say that shit to.
It's crazy. You know, this kid is spoiled to death in there. She was just really upset, and I was trying to calm her down.
So the cop did tell her that it was the brother.
Yeah.
And what was her reaction or...
That was the reaction from earlier in the episode.
Oh, she's like up and down and...
Hysterical, screaming no. Yeah. Okay. Has he always had a few issues? Desiree says, when he was little, out of nowhere, he would just draw shit that was bad. People getting shot, stuff like that for no reason.
The fuck?
Wait, how is my brother doing in all of this? Was he just straight-faced? Yeah, he's here in the other room. He's confessed to doing it, so he admits doing it. He's got no bones about it. Your brother's a little strange. He had no indication in the past that he was violent. I mean... We've had fights face to face where we were screaming at each other, and he's never hit me. He's never, ever done anything like that. I've never seen him really get so angry to where he'll even punch in a wall. I've never seen that. The detectives oddly laugh. You're the one that punches a wall, right? Yeah, I mean, there are issues. He would talk about if they had a fight, like, I'm going to self-exit, blah, blah, blah. And one time my mom did call the police, and they did take him to the hospital. They confirmed that Kevin has no girlfriend, no friends in general.
Why the fuck did they say, like, oh, you're the one to punch a wall? What the fuck, huh?
And he spends most of his day on the computer. Now, side note, experts do not believe that Kevin would have ever self-exited. Even his life resignation notice, which is supposed to be the last letter he leaves his family, he writes, good luck recovering from the shock, you two. His self-exit, had he ever done it, would have just been to hurt others. But he decided, I'm just going to hurt them directly instead. The detectives asked Kevin, did you ever tell anybody else what your plans were, what you wanted to do to your mom and your sister?
Ain't got no friends.
No, but over the years, there were hints. As a younger boy, I was a lot dumber, a lot more angsty, you know. I said things, but I guess they basically brushed it off. I guess the hints were everywhere, but they're my family. Family looks past that kind of stuff, or they try to not look at it. Mm-hmm.
Later, Kevin is asked about committing necrophilia and if that's the first time that he's done any sort of, well, they use the word sex. They ask, you've never done that before? Kevin has his chin resting in between his thumb and index finger, and he looks down. Then he taps his index finger on his face, his chin 3 times, and says,
well, I guess since I'm being quiet about it, I might as well tell you now. Yeah, and it's on the note too, the PS part. We used to have a gray cat named Claire. Oh yeah, bestiality is a thing of mine too. Mm-hmm. Now you know.
Yeah, maybe I should have not had the orange and had that shot. I don't. You know what? How did I even find this video? I don't even know how I found this video.
And so I strangled it, I drowned it, and then I cut it open, and you know the rest. You kind of get the rest.
You attacked the cat, the dead cat.
Yeah, ripped it open, stuck it in there. Yeah.
To the cat?
To the cat.
Corpse?
Yeah. Have you ever done anything with a live person? No. So that's your thing. Having intimate relations with live people don't turn you on. It's the dead part. Dead person, dead animal. That's what turns you on?
I don't necessarily mind. I don't have standards or morals.
Yeah, we know.
Body's a body, and in the end, it's a piece of meat. I guess it's harsh to say, but...
Near the end of the interrogation, Kevin is asked,
anything else you want to add about what happened that's important that we should know?
Not really. I'm sure interested in other colorful details.
What? Like,
yeah.
What?
So a lot of people are confused why Kevin turned himself in. The plan was to kill his mom and then go kill his sister. He decides not to kill his sister. He said he thought it was a little much, a little excessive. However, a lot of people think it's because she probably was living with her boyfriend and he decided it wouldn't end up happening. Like he would be overpowered by the boyfriend. And that seems to be a part of his fantasy.
Oh, so he's a bitch too. On top of him being a bitch. Oh, okay. Oh, God.
Is to disable the boyfriend, and if that doesn't work, it would be the opposite of his fantasy. So then he says he got on his bike, he rode all night long, so he's biking. The murder takes place at 8 p.m. and then all night he's biking. 10 in the morning on Thursday, he shows up to a random person's house and he decides, I'm not going to do it anymore. Like, I'm not going to go on the run. There's no point. I think that he genuinely knew that his odds on the run, because he didn't have a plan, were not good.
So after the murder, he wrote those multiple notes.
Yes.
One is for the cops.
Yes.
One is for the
Desiree,
sister.
yeah.
And he left it at the front door.
Yes, because he thought the sister was going to come over. I don't think that he thought that the people at work would call in a wellness check.
Oh, so that's how the police came before
Yes.
the work people came.
Yes.
It was a wellness check.
Yes.
Turns into a...
Yes. And then simultaneously, he's at a random person's house in the town over asking to call 911 because he killed someone. And that triggers more police to show up to check on Kimberly.
Oh, okay.
He's very calm throughout the entire part where he shows up to Timothy's house and his wife's house. He even says about that night bike riding, I kind of zigzagged around like an idiot. I had no idea where I was going to go. I mean, it was a little leisurely because, after you murder someone, after you cross that kind of line, you don't really think about what you're going to do next. And then they call 911, Timothy and Luanda, and they're remarkably calm.
911, location emergency. Oh, yes, ma'am. Someone just knocked on my door. He's here at my door right now, and he wanted me to call 911 because he said he just murdered someone. Okay, and he's there right now? Yes, ma'am, I'm scared. And he said he murdered someone? Yes. Okay, is there any way that maybe I can speak to him? Would you like to talk to 911 on the phone?
This nigga still outside?
Hello?
What's going on, sir?
So, as I said, I murdered someone, actually.
You said that you killed her? What happened? Well, I killed her. I guess it'll come out in court. What I'm saying is, did you shoot her? Did you stab her? Or I bludgeoned her with a hammer? Okay, sir, we're going to get somebody over there. Okay? Okay. Bye. He tells Timothy and Luanda that he's been walking the train tracks all night crying before he decided to turn himself in. Luanda said she was very scared, don't get her wrong, but she was also kind of confused on whether she believed it or not. She says,
In a way I did, but in a way I didn't. I thought maybe he might have been on medication or something, because he was just too calm and just, nonchalant about everything. It's
like she thought maybe he's on drugs and thought he did that, but not really.
Yeah.
As to why Kevin answered Luanda and Timothy's questions, like, why'd you kill someone? He says lots of reasons. He explains, I was using their phone, so I thought I might as well tell them when they asked me questions. They had questions, and I'm using their phone. Timothy was supposed to be at work that day, but called off, which a lot of people think if Timothy had not been at that house, he might have committed murder again.
Man.
It seems like he is scared of physical confrontation of other men. He's a bit scrawnier. He likes to, I guess, take advantage of people that might be vulnerable to him, whether that be his mom because his mom loves him, or whether...
So he's a bitch-ass nigga on top of everything else. Ain't that about a bitch? Huh. I wouldn't have guessed. I wouldn't have fucking...
that be a woman that is smaller in stature. But people suspect without Timothy, he might have tried to kill Luanda, but didn't have the courage to overpower him. When investigators asked Kevin how long he's felt like this, he said,
It's around my preteens, actually. Yeah.
Do you ever seek any kind of medical attention, psychological? And you feel like you can cope with that?
Nope, I never really seeked help, actually.
So
I
you
just
want...
accepted it as a part of me. I wasn't really ashamed of it. It just was what it was.
according to forensic analysis of his computer, there are computer files, image, video files, web searches for R-wording, torture, and corpse-related sexual fantasies.
Fuck.
And as for Kim, a lot of netizens are distraught knowing that everyone, Kevin, Desiree, both say that she was a good mom. She did nothing wrong. She did not deserve this. But he still killed her in a way that, because I think, not saying that any parent who is killed by their child deserves it in any sense of the word, but I think a lot of people are comparing this to serial killer cases. Jeffrey Dahmer, Ed Kemper, A lot of people that might have complicated, well, Jeffrey Dahmer not as much, but Ed Kemper had a seriously complicated relationship with his mom. And a lot of people thought he's headed in that direction to become a serial killer, except his mom was not overtly disciplinarian with him. His mom was not overpowering or doing anything that typically triggers these serial killers. Again, if she was, it's still not her fault.
Right.
It's just, it doesn't make sense to a lot of netizens.
Yeah. So exactly like what is going on with
Yes.
him, right?
And unfortunately, there's not a lot of information on Kimberly. We just know that she served in the Marines for 10 years and she was working in hospice, and a lot of her patients' family members adore her. She also clearly cares a lot for her kids. In the bookshelf in her room, she had a note displayed inside of a glass picture frame. It's a handwritten note. Left early to make your day easier. Love you. See you after school. Kevin. The fact that she framed that's probably the most loving note she ever got from Kevin. In the interrogation room, Kevin is asked, tell me, what do you think should happen to you? What do you think your punishment should be?
Whatever the judge, the people, jury deems fit, I can rot, I can suffer for years, or I can be given the death penalty, whatever they think.
I feel like they should just stick a little Tom and Jerry sized dynamite up your ass and just watch you blow up. And then hopefully the dynamite don't blow up your brain so we can study it to see how the fuck you became this type of person.
What do you think you deserve? Killing your mom. Having sex with your mom.
I deserve to rot and suffer.
He adds, I don't expect people to think very highly of me after this. The DA's office offers Kevin 60 years in prison, but he rejects it, which is interesting. So either he or his attorney thought that he would get less with a jury trial, which is crazy. He was found to have a personality disorder, but ultimately declared sane. During the trial, the jury is shown the interrogation footage, and as they're watching him confess to likely some of the most heinous crimes they've ever heard uttered on this planet, when that video is over, he swivels around in his chair, faces the jury, and smiles at them. During impact statements, Desiree comes to face her brother. The whole time, he's just shrugging, sighing, as if he's getting a lecture from an older sister. Kim's dad, his grandfather, tells him, I don't quite know what to say to you. You killed your mother. You just don't do that. You took the only person who had your back, and now you're all alone. He's cracking his knuckles. He's smiling. He's stretching his legs.
What?
When witnesses are asked to identify him, he waves and smiles at them. It takes the jury less than an hour to convict him, but because he was not charged with capital murder, he will be eligible for parole March 25th, 2044.
How does that even make sense? Bruh, I don't know anymore.
What is that? Like, how old will he be?
So that will be, he'll be like 50.
Wow. So there's no reports of what's his issue. Like what
Personality disorder is
the
mainly,
only thing.
Yeah. And he is held in a facility that focuses on psychiatric issues, but I don't think he's going to get out for parole, but legally speaking, he is eligible. And a lot of people say this is one of the most disturbing true crime cases that they've ever come across. A lot of people feel like he's Edmund Kemper in the making, a notorious serial killer. Others are just upset at, quote, justice. They say this thing is eligible for parole. Others are just having introspective moments. I mean, there are probably hundreds of thousands of people like this on Earth. It's insane to think that they dwell amongst us. With one commenting, to be honest, this guy sounds like an 8chan edgelord basement dweller who admired serial killers but wouldn't have the balls to become one.
It said double 4chan. Oh gosh, I don't even know what that means.
He's a wannabe killer who is really just a sad loser who just watched way too many sick, intimate videos and gore. Others believe that his mom is wrong. This is crazy. Some people say that
Stephanie, come on, cub. You and I both know that when we in the last 2 minutes of the joint, you giving some nonsensical thing, Pete. Come on, cuz, don't piss me off.
when he told his mom that he was going to self-exit that day, she didn't do enough to stop him, and that's what triggered this.
No, it's not. I said the same shit to my family. They didn't do a damn thing. No. Fuck that. No excuse. No. What the fuck? No. Huh? The fuck out. End this video. I can't. No.
But others argue, or some people argue, no, the mom must have been abusing him somehow. We just don't know it. To which a lot of netizens write back, he's just plain old evil.
I got a headache. I have a headache. Oh my gosh. Oh my fucking goodness.
People say, oh, he must have been abused. He's just straight up evil. I don't know why it's so hard for people to comprehend that he's evil and evil exists in the world. He's sick. He's evil. He's psycho. That's the comment. Others are upset with how the investigators are treating Desiree, writing, these two detectives were so unprofessional and treated the poor sister dreadfully. Their conduct was unbelievably terrible. With another comment agreeing, great work by the cops for making this as traumatic as possible for the sister. Some even point out the 911 operator. The way the 911 operator handled this was incredibly unsafe and ridiculous. Asking her to make direct, prolonged contact with the brutal killer. Like, can he talk on the phone with me? And the police not showing up until after the second call. With another writing back. Yeah, 911, what's your emergency? There's a killer at my door. Okay, can you put him on the phone for me? And that is the netizen reaction to the case of Kevin Davis. What are your thoughts on this case? Let me know in the comments. Be safe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Bro, this is the most disturbing shit I've ever seen. I ain't gonna lie. That nigga need to die. He need to burn. Like I said before, shove a dynamite stick up his ass and watch him blow up and pray that his brain don't blow up too. And then study that brain to see how this happened and do something with that. They ain't know nothing about nothing with this shit. This nigga was fucked up. Okay? And he ain't have no type of remorse. You know what happened? They do more shit for less. They ain't got no intro for this. Thank y'all for watching. If you still here, I'll see y'all on the next one. This shit pissed me the fuck off, man. Just turn this fucking video off. Fuck out of here.